Hi everybody, Father Rich Jasper from Immaculate Conception and St. Jude in Elkton, celebrating the first week of Advent. Today is December 4th, and we are in the Gospel of Matthew once again. It's Matthew chapter 7. And Matthew writes, Jesus said to his disciples, "Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father in heaven. Everyone who listens to these words of mine and acts on them will be like a wise man who built his house on rock. The rain fell, the floods came, and the winds blew and buffeted the house, but it did not collapse. It had been set solidly on rock. And everyone who listens to these words of mine but does not act on them will be like a fool who built his house on sand. The rain fell, the floods came, and the winds blew and buffeted the house, and it collapsed and was completely ruined." I remember a few years back, one of the hurricanes that blew through Florida on the Gulf Coast. The footage from that particular storm showed an entire town along the coastline. All the homes were wiped out on the beachfront properties, but there was one house that remained completely intact. Like it looked like nothing had happened to it at all. And one of the reporters from one of the local Florida TV stations went up to the owner and says, look around, there's devastation everywhere. How did your house remain standing? And I'll never forget the gentleman's answer. He said, obviously I prayed, but he says, I also knew that if I wanted my house to stand, I had to dig deep underneath the sand to find solid rock to build on. And that's exactly what he did. He took the time and the effort and the heartache of having to go deep to find that rock to build his house, and that's why the house stood. And that image has always stuck with me because I think that's what our spiritual life is called to be. A lot of times, I think a lot of people build their spiritual lives on sand, the what I call the easy Jesus, the things that feel good, or oh, isn't this nice? And that's all good. But I think the greater challenge is we have to dig deep so that the faith that we're given as gift remains solidly planted in our hearts and lives, especially when the storms come. Because if our faith is not built on the rock of Christ, if our faith is not built on the things that the church gives us, then it will collapse. Advent gives us the time to dig deep, to find that rock, to go to that place in our lives where Christ is the center and then build everything on him. I suggest that the rock really is daily prayer, coming back to confession. Don't be afraid to come to a daily mass or two or more a week if it's not been your practice. Return to Sunday Mass and really make that the core of your week. Do acts of service. That is a rock upon which we can build our faith. And then pray in your homes. Pray with your families. Bring Christ into your daily lives. And there's the rock, so that no matter what storms come, we know that we're solidly built on him. God bless you.